Hello to my wonderfully beautiful Psychic Miss family. This is Shara, and I have a fun quiz for you today, all about paranormal knowledge. I'm going to ask you 5 paranormal questions and see if you know the answer. After that, we'll go over the answers together. These questions are taken directly from my Paranormal Investigations course, a comprehensive course in paranormal investigations. Let's get started. So here's the first question. What kind of energy do paranormal investigators try to tune into when searching for entities? Question number 2. What does the paranormal term absence monitor mean? Question number 3. What is the paranormal term meaning something that appears paranormal but which has natural causes? Question number 4. The conscious state of a ghost is comparable to what? And question number 5, what is the short definition of a rest period? All right, it's time for some answers. Let's see how you did. So question number 1 is, what kind of energies do paranormal investigators try to tune into when searching for entities? And the answer is psychic energy. So ghosts and spirits work in the astral and spiritual realms, and that is the invisible things that we can't see. But those invisible fields are in the psychic fields. Therefore, that's psychic energy. And the longer you're on the investigation, the more psychic energy builds up. So a lot of times you might get better results with EVP sessions or other things like that because you're there longer. Question number 2. What does the paranormal term absence monitor mean? And the answer is an area that is favored by an entity and that is monitored by equipment in place of paranormal investigators. So what this means is that there was a reason that the paranormal investigators were having a difficult time trying to get evidence at a particular location. It could be due to the entity not wanting to cooperate, or maybe there's nothing there, or maybe it was a hostile entity. So the paranormal investigators will set up static equipment in a hotspot, their favored places, and leave equipment running and monitoring that location, which they'll go pick up at a later time to review the captures and see if they got any evidence. Question number 3. What is the paranormal term that means something that appears paranormal but which is due to natural causes? So say your client is having a lot of cold drafts. They're always feeling cold spots, and then they hear this noise, tap, 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 all the time. And, it's frequent enough, and they can't find anything that could be causing it, and happens in the middle of the night, wakes them up when they're sleeping, and they have something paranormal. So you go check it out, and you find that they have a horrible draft, and it's when the wind blows, it's making something out there tap on the house, like a tree branch or something, tap, tap, tap. This is just an example of so many different things that can happen, natural causes, and they could really seem like paranormal causes, and that's xenonormal. Question number 4. The conscious state of a ghost is comparable to what? The answer is the dream state. So when a person passes on and they stay attached to the earth plane for one of many reasons, they become a ghost. And a ghost that doesn't know that they're deceased, and that is in many cases, will walk around thinking that they're still living at their house, they're still living every day. And to us it doesn't make sense because, how can they not know that, their kids didn't come home from school, or just, things are confusing to us, why things aren't confusing to them. And the reason for that is because when we have a dream, and it could be crazy and far out, but in the dream it makes sense to us. And when we wake up, we're like, oh my God, that was really weird. So now it doesn't make any sense at all. And that's the way that the ghost is. To them, they're in the dreamlike state. Everything seems to make sense to them until something takes them out of that dream and they realize, I'm dead and I need to move on. And question number 5, what is the short definition of a rest period? And the answer is time of transition for the newly deceased. So you've heard about your judgment day after you die, right? Well, when you die, there is a period of time of rest. It's where you transition into your new form of existence, your new life, kind of back to what you were doing before you came here. And you meet with the loved ones that you had, and you do your own self-judgment. You see if you met the goals that you meant to mean when you decided to come here on the earth plane. So the time of transition is kind of busy, even though it's a time of rest and to get your bearings again. So I hope you enjoyed the quiz. I hope you learned something from it as well. These, like I said, were taken from my comprehensive course in paranormal investigating, which is a 50-lesson course. It includes so much information. It is completely packed with information, lots of details. There's case studies, labs, experiments, projects. There's a lot of things, and it's fun. It takes you from beginner to pro in the 50 lessons. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link in the description. Upon completion of the course, you'll get a master's certificate as a paranormal investigation specialist from the Academy of Spiritual Enlightenment and Forbidden Arts. And this is all brought to you by Psychic Miss Paranormal Network. Hope you had fun. I had fun. And I will see you next time.